Good evening and welcome back to another edition of the ELECTRO LURKER. This past week was a pretty chill week in the electro community, but some interesting things happened nevertheless. First of all, today two big verdifights announced. Verdified South Korea, which the judges will be Naim and Jareem, and also another verdified Italy. And the trailers for both of those are on the Tumblr, so be sure to check that out. Also, biggest video of the week comes from the United States. United States dropped a video featuring Gino, Technology himself, Expander the Hypnotist, Bones, George Steezy, Dot, Boo Boo, Raekwon, You God, Inspector Deck, Red Ranger, Green Ranger, Skeletor, Raptor Jesus, and possibly some other people. So definitely really hard video right there. Be sure to check that out. Also, one guy to keep an eye on in the United States is this guy named Felitoscano. This guy's an aspiring director, aspiring filmmaker. He's trying to come up in the United States right now, so be sure to keep an eye on him. And now for the biggest item of news in this past week is of course the Chula Vista controversy. So for those of you that haven't been following it, basically what happened is this group from Tijuana, Mexico called Emotion. They had a battle in the United States in Chula Vista. And the people from Dance Gen USA that were officially competing were Steezy, Dots, and Boo Boo. And those three guys got eliminated. So now the controversy is, was this battle fairly called? Was this battle called down the middle? Because the jury was composed of people who were all friends with the dancers that were competing against the dancers from Dance Gen USA. And also another thing to keep in mind when you watch these videos is that the guys that Steezy, Dots, and Boo Boo were going up against, they got more reactions from the crowd, but the crowd was all supporters of the Mexican team. The only support the Dance Gen USA brought were the guys that were just in that video that I mentioned. So that's causing a lot of controversy, a lot of heated discussions, heated arguments taking place over YouTube comments. Was it called fairly? There's even been some big names from Europe weighing in. So I would invite everyone to check out those videos, give your opinions. And my personal opinion on this controversy is that I think the best way to describe it is with a metaphor from rap music. Like if you've seen 8 Mile, you know that in rap music there's a specific type of rapper called a battle rapper. And the battle rapper, their goal is to have the most aggressive style, and they basically sit around thinking up of the sickest punchlines or the sickest insults to get the crowd on their side. On the other hand, in rap music, you also have people like Aesop Rock, whose goal it is to write the most original, the most intricate, and the most artistic lyrics. And if a battle rapper, like let's say early Eminem, if early Eminem went up against Aesop Rock, there'd really be no way to fairly judge that competition unless one of those rappers started rapping like the other guy. And I think that that's what took place in Chula Vista. In Chula Vista, you basically had a nation of battle rappers going up against a nation of Aesop Rock. Because Mexico is a vert certified nation. They have like a vertified down there. And when they train to have the most aggressive style. They train to find all the variations in the songs to get the most reaction from the crowd. United States, on the other hand, is a freestyle nation. Because from the time technology started in 2006 or 2007, right up until now, there hasn't been any competitions. It's only been freestyle. And their goal, they value originality, they value art, and they value flow. And if you think I'm crazy, or if you think I'm making all this up, why do you think Alexo, for instance, is one of the biggest names in the country? Because I guarantee you that, in other countries around the world, a lot of those guys are probably looking at Alexo's vid and they're probably wondering yo, why is this guy on a bench in a park dancing around? United States, on the other hand, they value originality and they value flow. And that's where the controversy is coming from. Because if you look at like Steezy's part and Dot's part, a lot of people are saying that like, yo, they had more originality. On the other hand, the Mexican side, they're saying like, hey, you know, he was not aggressive enough, you know. And yeah, if you want, this is my advice to you coming from the Electro Lurker. If you want aggressive, go down to the sporting goods store, buy knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, a cycling helmet, wraparound shades, and then go rollerblading while listening to the soundtrack of Rocky. That's aggressive. Doing the same 2 moves over and over is not aggressive. But anyways, so I think what's going to happen here is United States is either going to have to try to learn that more like aggressive vertified style, or they're just going to have to start holding their own events and establishing kind of their own criteria, their own benchmarks. So anyway, yeah, that's my take on the whole controversy. And again, I invite everyone to check out those videos, leave comments. You can leave comments or your thoughts and opinions on this video if you want. And yeah, oh, also Expander is starting Milky Way, so be sure to keep an eye on his channel. See, I'll talk to you next week. All right, peace.